as adults, are we doing enough to control access to THC and vapes and other, illicit substances that are being used by our young folks? I think as adults, I think we have an obligation and a responsibility to protect the young folks. Right now, I can tell you that with the THC cannabis vape market, it is exploded. It is a massive, massive marketing undertaking, and I feel bad for children that are in the path of some of these marketing tactics. Now, right now, the Texas folks here, legislatures here, are debating how best to have oversight over THC if they were to allow it in the state. Texas, they accidentally allowed THC through the 2018 hemp farm bill, which some idiots didn't realize that there was THC in actual hemp. Just not a lot of it, but you have to produce a whole lot of hemp to get the desired amount of THC that you need. But they found a way to do it, and that market has exploded. I think it's like $8 billion a year here in Texas. There are calls to ban it outright, to ban THC and any THC derivatives, hemp, anything that gets you high. There's a call to ban it outright right now. And the reason, one of the big reasons, is because of the access that kids have to these substances. Now, let me tell you, we as adults, and I say we, I think we're at fault for the amount of access our kids have to these things. I mean, you go in the stores, you go in the gas stations, you go just about head shops anywhere, you find all these products, either hemp derived or THC derived, Delta 8, Delta 9. These kids, they're taking these things to school too. I have a friend member who told me that some of these young kids often get caught in the bathrooms, puffing on vapes and passing them around and things like that. I'm talking about young kids. We're talking 10, 12, 13, young kids. I don't condone that. I don't condone the use of these substances by kids. I think they're still in the important developmental stages of their life, and I think we need to do as much as we can to keep this stuff away from young folks. But the problem right now is adults have pretty much implemented a very, very strong marketing campaign in the interest of profits. In the interest of profits, it's all about money at the end of the day. They're promoting these things, and they're putting colors on these things that draw kids' attention. They're putting cartoons on these labels and things like that. I'm not for sure what that's all about, but in my opinion, I think yes, there is an effort to market directly to our children, and in my opinion, I think it is something that the nation needs to be mindful of, because if we're getting our young folks that young introduced to these substances at these young ages like that, then their developmental years are going to be hell. So I, for one, believe that we should have strong oversight. I don't think we should ban it outright. I think adults should have the right to do what they want to do. But as far as children having access to this stuff, as adults, we got to do better. We got to do better. Parents, pay attention to what your kids are doing. Please pay attention to what your kids are doing. If you think they ain't smoking weed or hitting a vape, I'm gonna tell you, you probably have another thing coming if you really look deep into it. Not saying all parents, kids out there doing this stuff, but it is out there, and it is out there a lot. So parents, pay attention to what your kids are doing. Adults, let's try to protect the kids and keep them away from these substances as much as we can. It's almost a losing effort, because at the end of the day, money talks louder than compassion in this country. So with that, Eric Brown, MOBO-Media, I'll let y'all go. Hey, let's protect them little babies, okay? All right, bye-bye.